With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shed light dharma for all building mysteries gloom. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shed light dharma for all building mysteries. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shed light dharma for all building mysteries gloom. Okay, setting a proper motivation, which consists of 3 parts. Refuge field. Visualize Buddha Shakyamuni, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the space in front of us as so loving, caring, and embracing. Bodhicitta field. Visualize your 2 grandparents, all of them members, including children, and all other dear mothers and beings with you, leaving them aside. Here you are like the mother, and all others are like your children. And you are there to give full love, affection, attention, and embrace to all dear mothers and beings. And the purpose of this being together here, study, reflection, meditation, is to awaken the treasure, ultimate treasure, happiness within yourself, which is like the gold mixed with the mud. Our job is to remove the mud so the gold inside will glow, and everyone has this gold, that Buddha nature within us. Whether you're Buddhist or not doesn't matter. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Whether you're educated or uneducated, everyone has this Buddha nature within us. So we should be wise to work to remove the mud inside rather than look for outside happiness outside. Looking for happiness outside, you will never become happy. The real happiness when the gold inside manifests. And the more you go out, the more we go out to look for happiness, the more we neglect to remove the dirt inside. The more we neglect to remove the dirt inside, the more the dirt will cover this Buddha nature, and more difficult it is for us to uncover the Buddha nature. So I'm here together that you spend a whole lot of time, energy, resources in this, which means that you have a great connection. You have a great imprint, karmic connection with the Dharma, karmic connection to look for a priority, look for a greater priority, greater meaning of life. So with this in mind, the next question is how to get rid of this mental development. For this, we need to know the nature of the mental developments, and we learn that the mental developments of 2 kinds, the gross and the subtle. The gross one referred to as the afflictive obscuration, and the subtle one known as the cognitive obscurations. And the afflictive obscurations, the presence of this blocks us from attaining total fearlessness and total fearlessness, which is technically referred to as nirvana. And this gross affliction, the obscurations, is constituted of the 2 kinds, contaminated karmas and afflictions. Within afflictions, the gross afflictions, inappropriate attention and self-grasping ignorance. And the subtle stains, on the other hand, which is referred to as cognitive obscuration, the presence of which blocks us from attaining infinite happiness for yourself and for all of the dimensions beings. So our job is to look for the remedy to overcome these mental developments. We need to have 2 plans, short-term, long-term. Short-term plan is just make sure that our life is as virtuous as possible, to stay away from negative karmas, as much as possible stay away from afflictions, as much as possible to see things in relative terms, and as much as possible protect yourself, be with good companions rather than bad companions. Buddha taught Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. It is to go for refuge in the Sangha, meaning that I'll go with good companions, companion virtues, who will help us to go into the virtues. The more you are in bad companions, we are bound to be influenced by the bad influences. So the wise people will always go with good companions. This is the meaning of a Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. So long-term plan is to go for thorough study, reflection, and meditation in the wisdom of emptiness and bodhicitta, and more extensive studies as taught by the Buddha Shakyamuni himself, further explained by the great Nalanda masters. And even to meet with this teaching is so rare. Out of 8 billion human beings, how many get the opportunity to meet with this teaching? Is so rare. People are just encountered with one small section of the teaching and they think this is everything. This is very unfortunate. Whereas here, you're getting everything, and that too, not having to believe blindly, but deliberately rendering us the opportunity to get the get the instrument of the analysis to your own intelligence, to sharpen your intelligence, to see what is a comprehensive path. So our job here is to look for the comprehensive path, which consists of renunciation, bodhicitta, wisdom of emptiness, and the single-pointed shamatha meditation. So the desire to finally, what actually cuts all these mental defilements is the wisdom of emptiness. And this wisdom of emptiness, without this, no matter what practice you do, will never help us liberate from samsara. And that you must get the conviction eventually, not just having to follow blindly, but you must get the conviction that, for example, like when you're hungry, we all have the conviction, we are all very confident that it's only by eating something that the hunger will go away, not by praying, not by making prostration, and so forth. Likewise, only through the wisdom of emptiness that we'll see that the freedom, the real freedom from samsara will happen. But this wisdom must be supported by motivation. And the greatest of the motivation is the motivation bodhicitta. And this motivation must be supported by great compassion. And to feel great compassion towards all the beings, we must have a feeling of compassion or feeling of, say, the want to help oneself, which is renunciation. And all these 3 principal paths must be supported by the stable mind. For this, we require shamatha meditation. So, with this very comprehensive picture of what the Buddha Dharma is like, for your own benefit, not for Buddha, not for Buddhism, for you, for your own benefit, for the benefit of your family, of children, parents, and so forth, and then eventually for all sentient beings, this is our priority. We should not miss the priority. So with this mind, with a very strong desire that I must cultivate these 3 principal paths along with the shamatha practice, the wholeheartedly let us say the prayers, meanwhile reflecting on the meanings of these words to the best you can. All Bodhisattvas are with us, and you are like a very responsible little girl, very responsible little sister or the brother. You are taking with you, inspiring all other little brothers and sisters, all sentient beings with you in this journey, that you become a good role model for everyone. Page 3. And through your great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. And through your great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. And through your great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sanje joda soge jonam lo chanjo bado age jinso kebe sonam ge Dalai Benjire Sanje Dubara Isho Sanje Jodai Soge Chonam Chanju Padu Dani Yapsu Je Dage Jinso Kebe Sonam Ge Dalai Benjire Sanje Dubara Isho Sanje Jodai Soge Chonam Chanjo Bardo Dane Gyabzo Je Dage Jinso Kebe Tsonam Dola Benjere Sanje Dubare Shu. Independent origination, there is no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no coming, no going, no separateness, and no sameness. I prostrate to the concept of the Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who taught this peace, which is free of elaborations. I prostrate to the mothers of the hearers, the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, which through the knowledge of all lead hearers seeking pacification, complete peace, which through the knowledge of all paths causes those helping migrators to achieve the aims in the world, and through the possession of which helps them to expand varieties of teachings. The one who is transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism to benefit sentient beings, the teacher, Sugata and protector to you amid prostrations. The one who has eliminated the web of conceptualizations and is endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and the profound, who eternally shines for the forever noble light rays to you, the Buddha, amid prostrations. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I join the man of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato hyavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato hyavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato hyavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye swaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata, the cessation causes as well as taught by the great seer. Profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear light and non-composite. Such the natural light Dharma I have discovered. Finding no one to fathom this teaching, in silence I will return to Buddhas. Beyond utterance, thought, and expression is the perfection of wisdom, which is unborn, unceased, and has the nature of space. Is the object of apprehension of self-realized wisdom. To you, the mother of the Buddhas, of 3 times I bear obeisance. The 4 seals of the Buddha's teachings. All composite things are impermanent. All contaminant things are of the nature of suffering. All phenomena are the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Transcending sorrow is peace. The Guru is the Buddha, the Guru is the Dhamma, likewise the Guru is the Sangha, the Guru is the source of everything wholesome. I go for refuge in the Guru. By the sound of the vibrant drum of Dharma, you liberate all beings of miseries. I beseech you to kindly remain and give teachings until the end of the expanse of billions of eons. The Buddha does not watch the negativities of beings, nor does he remove the miseries by his hands. His spiritual realizations are not transferred to them. It is by teaching the truth of suchness that the beings are liberated. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered miseries gloom. If you attach to this life, you are not a spiritual practitioner. If you attach to samsara, you have no renunciation. If you attach to your own self-interest, you have no bodhicitta. If there is grasping, you do not have the view. Okay, page 14. In praise to Shakyamuni Buddha. To the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the fourth destroyer, completely perfected, full awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completed and fully awakened one, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer from the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When O supreme amongst humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then set up in supreme means world. To you who are wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With a supreme science, face like a spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparable wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you the Tathagata I prostrate. The purity that frees from attachment, the virtue that frees from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dhamma that pacifies I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, wholly feel qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you the Sangha I prostrate. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly, this is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a visual aberration, a flame of lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these marriage may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the 4 faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, battered by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. Heart Sutra, page 29. The Heart Sutra Perfection of Wisdom Sutra. I prostrate to the heart a triple gem. Thus did I hear one time. The Buddha was dwelt on a massive vulture's mountain in Rajgriha, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Buddha was absorbed in the concentration on the categories of phenomena called profound illumination. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arabhadukateshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound illumination of wisdom and beheld those 5 aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Then through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arabhadukateshvara: how should any child of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom train? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arabhadukateshvara said this to the Venerable Shariputra: Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom should look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly, beholding those 5 aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Empty is not other than form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, composition, factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are empty, without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, stainless, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no composite factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no phenomenon. There is no I element, and so on up to and including no mind element and no mental consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on up to and including no aging in death and no extinction of aging in death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation path. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Shariputra, therefore, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration, and thus without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, there is the endpoint in nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the 3 times also manifestly completely awaken to unsurpassed, perfect, complete enlightenment in the lines of the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, unsurpassed mantra, mantra equal to the unequaled, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as truth since it is not false. The mother of the professional wisdom is declared, Yata Om Gade Gade Bara Sam Gade Bodhi Swaha. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva should train in the profound professional wisdom like that. And the Buddha rose from that concentration and commanded the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arabalukiteshvara, saying, well said, son of the lineage, it is like that, it is like that. One should practice the profound professional wisdom just as you indicated, even that the Tathagatas rejoice. The Buddha having thus spoken, Venerable Sharitvatiputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arabalukiteshvara, those surrounding the entirety, along with the word of gods, humans, asuras, and gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised that is spoken by the Buddha. Deyata Om Gate Gate Aragate Arasamgate Bodhi Swatyata Om Gate Gate Baragate Parasamgate Bodhi Swatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Adyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Swatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Swatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Swatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Swaha. By the teachings of three supreme jewels possessing power of truth, may in and outer hindrance be transformed, may they be dispelled, may they be non-existent, may they be pacified. May all negative forces opposed to the Dharma be completely pacified. May the host of 80,000 obstacles be pacified. May we be separate from problems and conditions harmful to the Dharma. May all enjoyments be in accord with the Dharma. May auspicious and perfect happiness pervade this place now. Okay, 8 verses of mind training. By Geshe Dorji Damdul, with the determination to achieve the highest aim, for the benefit of all. Okay, sorry, page 35. Page 35. 8 verses for training the mind by Geshe Dorji Damdul, with the determination to achieve the highest aim, for the benefit of all sentient beings, which surpasses even the wish-fulfilling gem, may hold them dear at all times. Whenever I interact with someone, may I view myself as the lowest amongst all, and from the very depths of my heart, respectfully hold others as superior. In all my deeds, may I probe into my mind, and as soon as mental and emotional afflictions arise, as they endanger myself and others, may I strongly confront them and avert them. When I see beings of unpleasant character, and those oppressed by strong negativity and suffering, may I hold them dear, for they are rare to find, as I have discovered a jewel treasure. When others out of jealousy treat me wrongly with abuse, slander, and scorn, may I take upon myself the defeat and offer to others the victory. When someone whom I have helped or in whom I have placed great hopes mistreats me in extremely hurtful ways, may I regard him still as my precious teacher. In brief, may I offer benefit and joy to all my mothers, both directly and indirectly. May I quietly take upon myself all hurts and pains of my mothers. May all this remain undefiled by the stains of the 8 mundane concerns, and by recognizing all things as illusion, devoid of clinging, be released from bondage. From my two collections, vases, space that were amassed from working with effort, this is practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds were blinded by ignorance. 7 in practice, the next page. Excerpt from the King of Prayers, the extraordinary aspiration of the practice of Samadhi. I bow down to the youthful I am Manjushri. You are the Buddhas, the lions amongst humans, God of freedom in the present, past, and future, in the worlds of 10 directions. To all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down, with energy or aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, but a sense of deep respect and with as many bodies as atoms of the world. To all you Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. On every particle are Buddhas numberless as particles. Each of them is a host of Bodhisattvas, and I'm confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of you Sugathas. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense offered to victorious ones, the Buddhas. Fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all abundant offerings in spectacular array offered to victorious ones. With transcendent offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I've done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and ignorance, all these I openly lay bare before you. I lift my heart and rejoice in all the merit of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers, hearers, still training, and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of the world in 10 directions, who have attained a Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening. All you who are my guides, please turn the way supreme will of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for eons numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all the wanderers of samsara. Whatever slight merit I may have accumulated by making prostrations, offering and confessing, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddha stay and teach, are not dedicated for the full awakening of all beings. Okay, material offering, next page. Page 40. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure land. O Saje Ven Geshe Dorji The 4 Dhammas of Venerable Gampopa. May be blessed that my mind is directed towards the Dharma. May be blessed that my Dharma practices on the proper path. May be blessed that the path is free of flaws. May be blessed that flaws are seen in the light of exalted wisdom. The 4 Dhammas of Venerable Bhikshu Mahasattva. Becoming utterly frustrated with the ignorance that grasps the true existence, please bless me with genuine renunciation, seeing all aspects of samsara as viciously repulsive. Please bless me that my mind overflows with the precious Bodhicitta that cherishes others more than myself. Please bless me to have an immaculate experience of the wisdom of emptiness that does not see even an atom of intrinsic reality on a basis of understanding how things come into being by dependent origination through mere conditioning. Please bless me that my mind overflows with the precious wisdom of non-duality of bliss and emptiness. Idam Guru Ratna Mendela Gamnirateya Me. Okay, next, foundation for all good qualities, page 42. After the retreat, when you get little time, or even during the retreat, when you are on your own, just try to see this, how these 14 verses of the foundation of all good qualities, this is like the roadmap to full awakening. Everything what is required in the path, along the path to enlightenment, you'll see that all are there. And see if your life follows the way as the instruction given here by Lama Tsongkhapa. Extremely precious. This is gem. In that I remember His Holiness, when I was traveling with His Holiness as a part of his entourage, somewhere in the Western country, I think. And there, the one who hosted His Holiness, they explained to His Holiness was that this place is considered as a haunted place. There was one particular place there, and it made the request to His Holiness, please do some prayers that this place is not harmful to is not the spirits which possess this place. They're not of harm to the people who are passing by here. So His Holiness sat there and set the foundation for all good qualities. In fact, there are so many mantras, there are very powerful rituals there. But His Holiness did not do that. His Holiness just set this foundation, all good qualities, said it, and did a little bit of meditation, finished. So we need to know what is the real benefit, what really helps us. So look, this roadmap is so precious. Without the roadmap, without the compass, we're lost in the ocean. So this roadmap is so precious. In fact, indeed, we all should be feeling so fortunate that on this planet Earth, Buddha Shakyamuni appeared, and these great teachers appeared, Arya Nagarjuna and so forth. And then Lama Tsongkhapa, who came in Tibet, and what he taught, what he wrote, is all like today's academic papers, and yet with full of practice, gems for practice, tips for practice, and roadmap, complete, comprehensive, concise, and the easy to reflect on, and the points are so succinct, systematic. We are very fortunate. Okay, so let's read this. The Foundation of All Good Qualities by Lama Tsongkhapa. The foundation of all good qualities is a kind and perfect pure Guru. Correct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Understanding that the precious freedom of this rebirth is found only once, is greatly meaningful and is difficult to find again. Please bless me to generate the mind that unceasingly day and night takes its essence. This life is as impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly decays and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of virtuous, non-virtuous karmas follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be careful, to abandon even the slightest negativity and accomplish all virtuous deeds. Samsaric splendors are unsatisfying and unreliable. Seeking them is a door to all suffering. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me generous strong wish for the bliss of liberation. Led by this pure thought, mindfulness, alertness, and great caution arise. The root of the teaching is keeping the Pratimoksha vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice. Just as I have fallen into the sea of samsara, so follow other migratory beings. Please bless me to say this, train in Supreme Bodhicitta, and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings. Even if I develop Bodhicitta, but I don't practice the 3 times of morality, I'll not achieve enlightenment. With my clear recognition of this, please bless me to practice the Bodhisattva vows with greater energy. Once I pacify distraction to wrong objects and correctly analyze the meaning of reality, please bless me to generate quickly within my mind stream the unified part of karma body, especially inside. Having become a pure vessel by training the general path, please bless me to enter the holy gateway of the fortunate ones, the supreme Vajra vehicle. At that time, the basis of accomplishing the 2 attainments is keeping pure vows and samaya. As I become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to practice these vows and pleasure my life. Then, having realized the importance of the two stages, the essence of Vajrayana, by practicing with great energy, never giving up the 4 sessions, please bless me to realize the teachings of the Holy Guru. Like that, may the Gurus who showed the noble path and the spiritual friends who practice it of long lives, please bless me to pacify completely all out and inner hindrances. In all my lives, never separated from perfect Gurus, we enjoy the magnificent Dharma by completing the qualities of the stages of the paths, may could attain the state of Vajradhara. Okay, we'll say this together 3 times. You are Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of non-referential compassion, and Manjushri remarks of flawless wisdom, as well as Vajrapani, deserve hosts of demons without exception. Sungabha, crown jewel of the sages of the land of the snows, Losan by your feet and make prostrations. Okay, next actual practice, generate the mind of consummate yoga with the 4 points. Okay, first, Shamatha practice, 5 minutes. Okay, so posture is fine. Posture, you should be knowing that by now. And they say, experientially speaking, only if you have backache problem, knee problem, so forth, then you're exempted. You can lean against the support. Otherwise, particularly in the meditation, when you meditate, it is advised not to lean against any support, because, say, once you meditate for an extended period of time through own experience, you see that the moment you lean against a support, instantly the rigor of the mind will diminish. The mind will instantly become low, lax. Instantly you could feel that. Number 1. Number 2, that you sit upright versus you sit like a little bit of bend. The moment you sit bend, again you'll feel that the mind, the rigor of the mind will drop instantly. So these are the things that we need to keep in mind to make sure that your body is upright, not leaning in against any support. Whereas if you have a problem, don't force yourself. If need be, take support. Okay. And then eyes not closed. Eyes 45 degrees cast down. Particularly when you do the practice of the meditation with, say, like subtle objects. Okay. Breathing, sensations, and then the more subtle than sensation is the mind. When you just observe the mind is something which you will not see. It's so difficult to see. Because it's so difficult to see, so subtle, your mind can easily go, if with your eyes closed, you can easily go into laxity. Very dangerous. So, after the mind, still subtler, emptiness of the mind. You're getting it? Breathing, the breath, sensations, mind, and the emptiness of the mind. This is how we go deeper, 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 right? So therefore, initially the breathing meditation is very important, breathing. Then move to the sensation, very important. Then don't get stuck there, move to the mind. Don't get stuck there, move to the emptiness of the mind. Okay, so this is what we do. And then once we learn the benefit of the meditation, the breath, meditation on the sensation, then meditation on the mind, you will see the difference. You're getting it? It's all different. And then seeing the meditation on the emptiness of the mind, you say, this is the one which liberates you completely. Without this something, you get stuck somewhere. You are unaware. When will you be aware? You are aware only when you meditate emptiness of the mind. Then you realize that you get stuck before, which you are unaware then. Okay. This one thing. And then there's for what you meditate on. What we're doing here is very simple, just a breath. Then if possible, a visualization, multitasking. Visualizing a tiny white dot between your nose and the upper lip together. The breath and the visualization happening together. And over next extended period of time, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, so forth, if you think that you cannot manage both, go for one, whichever you think is better. Once you succeed with that, then move to the both. Move to both eventually. Then the next point, which is so important, is the identifying the errors. If you don't identify the errors, this is very dangerous. And for information, now that you know what is single-pointed meditation, what is analytical meditation, and these two must go hand in hand. You getting it? So some practitioners or some people, they just focus on one side. Single-pointed meditation, be it sensation, be it breath, be it mind, just stay there. Whereas with the analytical, some people go for purely analytical, no single-pointed meditation. Again, this is a problem. Purely single-pointed meditation is also a problem. Why? With the pure single-pointed meditation, mind becomes stabilized, and it's too stable that it becomes inactive. Proactivity disappears. But the pure analytical, without single-point meditation, yes, your mind can become sharp, but it's like the very bright light wavering. It will not help you to see the emptiness, because find emptiness very clearly. Because to see very clearly, you must be totally focused without moving. So for this, we require single-pointed meditation. In other words, where you see some practices which just emphasize on single-pointed meditation, breathing, sensation, mind. So this is one side. This is not bad. This is so precious. But we need to have the comprehensive picture. 2 wings. This wing is so important, very good. But if you don't emphasize on this part, you cannot fly. Other wing, single-pointed meditation, and the little meditation will make your mind very active and alert and fresh and sharp. And this single-pointed meditation will stabilize this. So you have the balance of the two. Okay, this is one thing. In which case, we need to identify the two errors of the meditation: inactivity of the mind and the overactive mind. Then the next is applying the remedies. Introspection, mindfulness. We have to know when to apply these two, the remedies at the right time. Are you good? Ready? 5 minutes. Okay, anyone who likes to share with us as to any laxity, any excitement? Huh? Laxity. Anyone else? What pulls your mind? Anyone? Notice? No notice. Huh? Excitement like what? Yes, thoughts coming in. Yes. Something which is very striking over there. Okay. Are you thinking about this? No. In the meditation, just have a good ears. You're getting it? Just be very precise with my question. My question is, I do not say if any questions. I say in the meditation, you're thinking why this two to be done. You're not meditating, right? In the meditation, what pulls you? Did you notice anything? What? Oh, you who heard this ding, 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 ding? Who heard this? Who was distracted by this? Yes, TC school where I was brought up. I was trained under this ding, ding. You're getting it? I so well remember that. So what I'm saying, I told you right from the beginning, this sound, particularly this sound, tick, 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 this is known as intermittent sound. This is very disturbing. You're getting it? When your meditation becomes very deep, high quality, right, this will not disturb. But don't think that you're a great yogi now. You're getting it? This will invariably disturb you, even your clock. Particularly when it's so quiet, the sound of the clock the ticking sound can be very loud. You're getting it? Normal sense is not loud, but in meditating, if it is quiet, then this sound is so disturbing. Particularly, for example, the fan, shh, is fine. It's not a problem. It was very smooth, but the intermittent ones, not smooth, intermittent breaking, that is very disturbing. You're getting it? Okay. So you could feel that. For example, I was just observing it, how my mind was behaving. The moment they give the gap, the sound stops for like say 3, 4, 5 seconds. Instantly your mind goes deeper. You're getting it? Again the ding, so again the mind comes up. Okay. So this way, what you can do at home, like the clocks and so forth, is just take care of and the wind blowing and the cloths moving around, things moving. Make sure that these movements are not happening. Intermittent sounds are not happening. But don't be too finicky. You're getting it? Or the bird is chirping, right? And the electricity, even you can hear the sounds of electricity. You can hear the sound of this electricity. Don't be too finicky. This is also one problem. So stay away from two extremes. Being too finicky. Then you may even gradually, if everything's so quiet, you will also hear the sound of your heartbeat. Tick, tick, tick. you'll hear this. What are you going to do now? You're going to stop it. Don't be too finicky. You're getting it? And don't also go to the extreme. No, you're meditating. So what's the problem? All this sound. If you cannot overcome this sound, then what's the purpose of meditation? Some people go like this. Stay away from the two extremes. You're getting it? All those which are really disturbing you, which never allow you to go deeper, like the intermittent sound, tick, 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 or tick, 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 all stopped, to be stopped. What you can stop them. What you cannot stop, start to live with it. You're getting it? Learn how to live with it. Okay, good. So next, renunciation. Renunciation, on the basis of the four seals. Now that you know the four seals pretty well, and the third seal, I will help you with emptiness. And today, most likely, we will not really complete, but I'm pretty sure that because we have laid a good amount of ground for the emptiness. So in 3 sessions, today we will, I hope that we'll do the huge amount of emptiness material today. So the morning we'll do that, and then tomorrow, let's see. So today is not going to be guided. We'll do that on our own. You're getting it, renunciation, and then see how much you can do that. And then tomorrow we will again do guided, and after tomorrow we'll not without any the instructions. See if you can do that. Gradually, you have to learn how to do that on your own without having to depend on somebody else. But to enrich these are all analytical meditation. For the analytical meditation, the analysis must be very sharp, very rich and sharp, not just rich plus sharp. So rich will give you confidence, and the rich will give you a stability, and the sharpness will give you confidence. For the analytical, for single point measure, you don't need the sharpness, you don't require richness. It's just focus, that's it. Finish. Just breath or sensation, just keep observing it, that's it. You don't need any vast knowledge, you don't need any deep knowledge. Just keep observing it, the breath, sensation. Then when go to the mind, that is a little complicated. Very difficult to identify the mind, very difficult, right? The emptiness of mind, you require a lot of analytical skills. Okay, good, ready? Renunciation. Renunciation is to renounce miseries. To renounce miseries, we need to know how to renounce causes of the miseries, which the Buddha indicated. Ye dharma hetu prabhava, hetum tesham tathagato hyabatat, tesham chayo nirodha evam vadi ma shramane so. So there, the Buddha taught all these phenomena arise from the causes. So our miseries also, to renounce miseries, we need to know how to renounce causes of miseries. For this, the Buddha taught the four seals. First, all composite things impermanent. Now just make sure that you think on your own, gross impermanence, subtle impermanence, how the subtle reflection, subtle impermanence connects to the next seal, all contaminant things. But you don't move that second one seal, I will utter. And the moment I mention the second seal, no need to hurry, no need to jump. Gradually wind up what you're doing before and gradually move to transition to the second. All composite things are impermanent. All contaminated things are from nature. Everything is in nature, emptiness, selflessness. Okay, so this we'll do a guided meditation. I'll give the instructions and follow the instructions. And here, just follow the instructions and invoke the experiences to the best you can. Don't try to do any kind of correlation with what is before, later, what you studied before. If you do want to correlate, you can, not now, later. So here, there's an opportunity for us to invoke the experience. The moment you keep correlating, experience will not be invoked. Of course, making correlations will help you to generate generate the experiences, but that per se is not experience. So this will take you there. So this is time we're trying to invoke the experience. Just try to follow the instructions as much as possible. Okay. Today we'll meditate on emptiness of the flower. Flower is a very beautiful flower. And from this we need to learn, just as the flower is so appealing to you, your mind is pulled by the flower. We should learn how to meditate on the emptiness of any object that pulls your mind with attachment, lust, and the greed, and so forth, craving, and so forth. Just whatever, we should be able to learn how to do that, extend it to other things. Okay, just imagine a very beautiful flower in front of you. How does this flower appear to the perception of what is the appearance of this flower? The flower appears as like a dream, or dream that your mind projects it, or no, it has nothing to do with my dream. It's so real, object real there. How does this flower appear to your mind? Of course, it's so real, so objectified, nothing to do with mind. This is the self-grasping ignorance, believing that this flower exists object real. This is self-grasping ignorance. Then seeing the flower is so beautiful, objectively beautiful, this is inappropriate attention. Then wanting to have it, to be closer to this, is the craving, is the desire, is the lust. Okay, how do we know that this flower really does not exist that way? How do we know that this apprehension of the flower as object real is ignorance? How come this is not a valid mind? Yes, if the flower does exist objectively the way it appears to me, remember what I think Arjuna said. If the mirage were to be water, why not those close by the mirage see water? Likewise, with the same extension of the reason, if this flower were to exist objectively, why don't I see this flower as I go closer to this object? Okay, now let us go closer to this object to verify if the flower does exist objectively. And this mind, which grows closer to this object, is known as ultimate analysis. Earlier, the mind we saw the flower as beautiful, that is conventional analysis. Now we move our mind from the conventional analysis to the ultimate analysis. Moving the mind to ultimate analysis is to go closer to the object. Going closer to the object, we come to discover. So just ignore whatever is not the flower, because you're interested to look for the objective existing flower. Going there through electron microscope, we first see that this beautiful flower texture, the color combination is extremely exotic. The texture was so tender. There's nothing. Through electron microscope, you start to see like a dry clay with cracks there. These cracks are nothing but the cell membranes, cell partitions. Through further fine-tuning the electron microscope, you end up seeing the chromosome. You end up seeing the nucleus. Through further fine-tuning that, you end up seeing the chromosomes. And the chromosomes, like a brownish, striped, snake-like structure, is not at all beautiful. In fact, when you see that, it's repulsive to see that. You get a sense of repulsion inside. Okay, stay in that experience for a while. Just chromosomes everywhere. snakes, brownish striped snake-like structure everywhere. Okay. Where is this flower? Where is the flower? It's nowhere to be there. In the eyes of ultimate analysis, the flower is not there. None of these parts, like the chromosomes, the DNA molecules, the cytoplasm, as none of these components, they form the flower. None of this is a flower. Okay, see if the flower exists still as objectively as different. Remove all these, the parts, the chromosomes, so forth. What is there? Nothing is there to identify as flower. This doesn't mean the flower is not there. The flower is not there in the eyes of ultimate analysis. The flower not being in the eyes of ultimate analysis is not the indication of the absence of flower, but the indication of the absence of the objective flower. So what is negated is objective existence, a real flower which is so independent from mind. That is objected. This is absent. Yeah, that's true. Okay. This amazing experience, yes, the flower dissolves. Now imagine that you come out of the meditation. The moment you come out of the meditation, you move you shift your mind from the ultimate analysis to the conventional analysis. Again, the flower comes back. Again, you go back to the ultimate analysis, the flower disappears. Again, come back to the conventional analysis. Again, the flower comes back. There's a constant change happening on the object. But in reality, there's no change in the object. The object remains the same. But something is changing. What is that? Perception is changing. Perception is changing from the flower to the absence of flower, to flower to the absence of flower. Whatever change happens, is the change is happening not on the object, but change is happening on the subject. So because of that, whatever is involved in the change is known as subjective. So the flower is also part of this change, is subjective. It's not really from the object. From the object, what is there? In the ultimate analysis, the flower is nowhere to be seen. You are discovering the emptiness of objective existence of the flower. And when you get the glimpse of this experience where the flower disappears, some of you may feel a tinge of fear. In some cases, a tinge of a tickling sensation on your body. In some cases, cold waves can flow through your body. In some cases, a very tranquil experience extremely serene tranquil experience can happen at the deep core of your heart. If any of this experience does happen to you, you're very fortunate. But don't feel that this is emptiness. This is taking you to its emptiness. But if you don't have these experiences, if you don't get these experiences, don't worry. So to get these experiences, we need some exposure to emptiness. For this, we need to go through more extensive study, reflection, and meditation. Okay, wow, this is amazing practice, this amazing experience. But what's the benefit? Just imagine, believe it or not, just as you expose this flower to the ultimate analysis, you discovered that the flower is empty of objective reality. Likewise, all the miseries that we go through, sickness, aging, death, and the pain of losing near and dear ones, depression, anxiety, and so forth, all these pains, if you're subjected to the same analysis, we see that they're all empty objectively. Like the stars, they do exist, but they exist only in dark, in night. Like all these conventional realities, they exist when your mind is in the grip of the darkness of self-grasping ignorance. The moment the sun shines, the moment the sun rises, all the stars disappear. The moment you see the ultimate reality, you get to the ultimate reality, all the conventional realities dissolve. Wow, that's amazing. Objects to which I feel so attached to, now I can let go of this very easily. They're just like my dream. A wise person will never feel attached to the dream upon waking up. Likewise, seeing this emptiness is like waking up from the sleep of ignorance. I wake up. All those objects of attachment, craving, lust, objects of anger, aversion, so forth. These are all like my dream, unconventional dream. You wake up, wow, that's amazing. What a freedom. That's why I want to get away from this, yet I'm glued to them. I cannot get away. Now, finally, I got the equipment. I got the instrument, equipment, by which will help me to free me from this entanglement. Wow, what a freedom. It's amazing. All my stress dissolves. All my headaches dissolve. All my mental disturbance dissolve. This is the meaning of transcendence of sorrow is absolute peace. Stay in this experience for a while, where imagine all these sorrows and miseries dissolve in the vast expanse of emptiness. Sorrow dissolves and the mind assumes opposite force. Dissolving sorrow is referred to as absolute peace. You experience absolute peace. Now, what is nirvana? Where you can abide in this experience of emptiness, where the absolute peace is experienced, and that too with the deep level of confidence to maintain, to stay in this experience. That is nirvana. And the desire to attain that is known as renunciation. Okay, let us all generate the feeling, may I soon experience this emptiness, where all my miseries dissolve, conventional miseries dissolve, all my sorrow dissolves, and the peace is experienced in its ultimate form. Good. This aspiration is known as renunciation. And this is the most refined understanding of renunciation. Otherwise, people say, what is renunciation? To renounce your miseries. This is a very cursory, very gross understanding of renunciation. The deepest understanding of renunciation is the desire to experience this emptiness, where all the conventionalities of the miseries dissolve, where the miseries come to an end in this experience, through the experience of emptiness. Okay, slowly come out of this practice. Take a few seconds, rest, and then we move to Bodhicitta. Are you ready? Good. For Bodhicitta practice, let us invoke all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to be with us, to inspire us, to bless us, to be the role model of the expansion of the compassion infinitely. And also visualize your two parents, your children, all family members, and all dear mothers sentient beings with you, living on the side. And we'll do the Bodhicitta practice on the voice of the four immeasurables. And again, this is the constant reminder that I've been giving all of us, that when we do this practice, this may sound so superficial, it doesn't matter. Therefore, this is why we require training, we require practice. It's like practicing music. Say initially you mimic your teachers, you press the keyboard, you press the keys of the keyboard, but no music comes out, only noise comes out. And through constant practice, gradually it becomes a beautiful music. So likewise, this is how we have to practice. Initially it's like a noise. What you practice doesn't really tell you with how you think. It's very superficial. But practice it more, go for more extensive studies, reflection, meditation, practice. Eventually we see that these become very beautiful music of great compassion, incredible compassion. Okay. immeasurable loving kindness. How good would it be that all my dear mother sentient beings are endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. The cause of happiness primarily consisting of the most fearless mind of the wisdom of emptiness and the most beautiful mind of the Bodhicitta. May all my dear mother sentient beings be endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. I'll take the responsibility that all my dear mother sentient beings are endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. The Buddha's Bodhisattvas witnessing that you make such a courageous commitment, like the mother, after all these many years of hardship in bringing her children. Today, the eldest daughter is just aged 12, and the eldest son, aged 11. Two of them come to the mother, telling the mother, "Mother, please take rest. You have done everything for us. We have grown up now. We'll take care of all our siblings." And the mother, "Please take rest. You have given so much love and affection to us." Mother could not believe her eyes and ears. This is exactly what is happening to all Buddhist Bodhisattvas today. And this incredible happiness and the joy the Buddhist Bodhisattvas feel today invoke their compassionate minds to send forth nectar's very soothing lights towards you and ultimate sentient beings. The mere touch of the lights and nectars with the bodies beings yours instills in them all the happiness and the cause of happiness, particularly bodhicitta, wisdom, emptiness. And you witnessing such a miracle is happening towards all the dimensional beings. You're intensely happy. Take 3 deep breaths, sigh with relief. Immeasurable compassion. How good would it be that all my dear mother sentient beings are freed from suffering and the cause of suffering, particularly their self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude. May all my dear mother sentient beings be freed from suffering and the cause of suffering. I'll take the responsibility that all my dear mother sentient beings are freed from suffering and the cause of suffering. The Buddhist Bodhisattvas witnessing that you make such a courageous commitment, the intense happy and proud of you. This pride and happiness invoke their compassionate omniscient minds to send forth nectars for soothing lights towards you and all dear mother sentient beings. The mere touch of the lights and nectars with the body brings yours, washes away all the miseries and the cause of miseries from the dear mother sentient beings yourself. And you witnessing such miraculous happening towards all the dear mother sentient beings. You are intensely happy. Take 3 deep breaths, sigh with relief. Immeasurable joy. How good would it be that all my dear mother sentient beings are never separated from happiness and the causes of happiness that they're endowed with. May all my dear mother sentient beings never be separated from happiness and the causes of happiness that they're endowed with. I will take the responsibility that all my dear mother sentient beings are never separated from happiness and the causes of happiness that they're endowed with. The Buddhist Bodhisattvas witnessing that you make such a courageous commitment, the intense happy and proud for you. This pride and happiness invoke their compassionate omniscient minds to send for nectars very soothing lights towards you and all dear sentient beings. The mere touch of lights and nectars with the body beings yours stabilizes the happiness and the causes of happiness of beings endowed with. And you witnessing such a miracle is happening towards all the dear sentient beings. You're intensely happy. Take 3 deep breaths out with relief. as immeasurable equanimity. How good would it be that all my demon sentient beings are separated from the biased attitude of excessive attachment to some and aversion towards others, and instead abide in a great state of equanimity, embracing all other demon sentient beings with total love and affection, leaving none aside. May all my demon sentient beings never be separated from the bias, never be separated from the equanimity, where they leave aside the biased attitude of excessive attachment to some and aversion towards others. I'll take the responsibility that all my demon sentient beings are freed from the biased attitude of excessive attachment towards some and aversion towards others. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas witnessing that you make such a courageous commitment, then like a mother after all these many years of bearing the hardships of raising her children, the 12 years old daughter and 11 years old son, the two come to the mother, telling the mother, "Mother, please take rest. You've done everything for us. We'll take care of our siblings. We're grown up." And the mother could not believe her eyes and ears. She's so happy. Tears rolling down her eyes. This is exactly what has happened to all the Buddhas Bodhisattvas. The Buddhas Bodhisattvas are so happy and proud of you. This pride and happiness invoke their compassionate omniscient minds to ascend for nectars, for soothing lights, to assume all demonstrated beings. The mere touch of lights and nectars with the bodies being yours frees the beings from the biased attitude of excessive attachment to some and aversion to others, instead making them abide in a great state of equanimity, embracing all of them with instant love and affection, leaving none aside. And you witnessing such a miraculous happen to us all at the sentient beings, you're intense happy. Take 3 deep breaths out with relief. Underscoring all the four immeasurables is the unconditional love. Just abide in the experience of unconditional love towards all the beings. Imagine that you're looking at the eyes of each of the sentient beings, to the extent that they feel themselves so special in your eyes. Just abide in this unconditional love towards all the beings. With folded hands, we'll make a Bodhicitta commitment 3 times. Together. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. Slowly transform this beautiful Mother Bodhicitta into a spotless clean moon disk, horizontally sitting on the heart. Okay, that's amazing that you made such a courageous commitment to become Buddha. But how come? Let's not forget that no matter how much you squeeze a handful of sand, no oil comes out. Yes, that's true, but I'm not like a handful of the sand, but I'm a lot more like a handful of sunflower seeds. I have a seed of the Buddhahood within me. I have the Buddha nature. But if that is the case, how not that it is activated till now, since time immemorial? That's true. It's all because that till now I've been deceived by these 2 demons, self-grasping, ignorant, self-centered attitude. What I'm going to do now? I'm going to exterminate these 2 demons at any cost. What I'm going to do? I'm going to introduce a very powerful remedy to overcome that. What is the powerful remedy? The powerful remedy is the non-dual wisdom of emptiness of the Arya Bodhisattvas, referred to as the ultimate Bodhicitta. What is that? Let's quickly retrieve the experience of the emptiness of the flower, which we did before. Think of the beautiful flower. See how the flower appears to you, as object real or as like a dream. Of course, object real. That perception and that belief that the flower exists object, this is self-grasping ignorance. This one which tortures us all the way down. Okay, so how can I know that this flower does not exist objectively? Remember what I think Arjuna said. If the mirage were to be water, why not those close by the mirage see water? So let us go closer to the flower to see if it does exist objectively. The mind which goes closer to the object is known as ultimate analysis. Subjecting flower to ultimate analysis, just see what we see. We just end up seeing the cells, the nucleus, the chromosomes, the DNA molecules, atoms. Okay, now you're just a pool of atoms. Since experience, you have now come too close to the ultimate, too close to the object. Where is the flower? Flower is nowhere to be seen. Okay, you are discovering that the flower doesn't exist objectively. It's not that flower is not existent. Flower does exist, but it exists in isolated conventional analysis. In isolated ultimate analysis, it doesn't exist, which means that how the flower appears to us, if it does exist, it should exist in isolated ultimate analysis. But that being not the case, therefore, what we see, the flower is the object real, that is deceptive. From the object, the flower is empty. Objectively, the flower is empty. Since experience for a while. Slowly transform this emptiness of the wisdom of the flower, your wisdom, which sees the emptiness of the objective, that the flower is empty objectively. Slowly transform this wisdom into a spotlessly clean thumb-sized white vajra, vertically sitting on the Bodhichitta heart. Wow, that's amazing. You have the moon, symbolic of the connection Bodhicitta, desire to, aspiration to become Buddha for the benefit of the sentient beings, and a Vajra, symbolic of the ultimate Bodhicitta, the non-dual wisdom of the Arya Bodhi, the wisdom of emptiness of the Arya Bodhisattvas. So these two guarantee that all the metal stains will be gone off, and the gold, solid gold like the Buddha energy within us will be unraveled fully. Wow, that's amazing. So precious. But let us not forget your two parents, your children, all of family members, all the demonstration beings, they are suffering. Yes, I understand it. Invoke incredibly strong compassion to all the beings. And this compassion invokes the Vajramuni into your heart to multiply infinite number of times. Share one set of the Vajramuni at the heart of your mother, one set at the heart of your father, one set with each one of your children, each one of your family members, each one of the beings here in Tushita Center, in Dharamsala, in India, in your own country, in the entire universe, every creature in the ocean, innumerable creatures in the wilderness, wherever you go, you see that everyone got the share of the Vajramun, that which you so kindly, compassionately shared with. That's amazing. Truly, that's amazing. At the same time, let's not forget that all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, they're watching us. They're so proud, Lord, like your parents. They're watching you doing so good. And why not we request all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to be the guest as well as the witness to our undertaking the ceremony of the taking aspiration Bodhisattva vow. As a gesture of making this request to all Bodhisattvas, along with all demons sentient beings, let us slowly stand up to make 3 prostrations to all Buddhas Bodhisattvas. Okay, see if you can sit on your right knees. Page 50, I think, 50. Okay, page 50. Can you see? Light is off. Okay. Page 50. Visualize all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas there with us. Imagine that for the first time in your life, you're making public performance on behalf of your school as a little girl, as a little boy, and you're a little nervous. And your two parents, they left behind all what they to do for the day, just to come to inspire you, just to come to give moral support to you. They're there in the audience, waving their hands to you, saying that we're so proud of you. And you are taking this aspiration Bodhisattva vow. As a little girl, as a little boy, for the first time, make a public appearance on behalf of your school. And you also encourage, inspire all your little siblings to be with you, that you are encouraging all the sentient beings to be with you today. They're so precious. And we already know the meanings of these verses, but wholeheartedly say this verse 3 times by reflecting on the meanings. And we'll read this slowly 3 times. The first verse. I go for refuge to the troubled gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha heart. I go for refuge to the troubled gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. I go for refuge to the troubled gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be here to me. Just as the previous Buddhas have generated the amount of Bodhicitta, and just as that you successfully dwell in the Bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the amount of Bodhicitta, and likewise shall I too successfully train the Bodhisattva practices. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be here to me. Just as the previous Buddhas have generated the amount of Bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwell in the Bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the amount of Bodhicitta, and likewise shall I too successfully train the Bodhisattva practices. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be here to me. Just as previous Buddhas have generated the amount of Bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwell in the Bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the amount of Bodhicitta, and likewise shall I too successfully train the Bodhisattva practices. Feel the joy over having taken the aspiration Bodhisattva vow. We are indeed extremely meritorious, very fortunate that out of this 8 billion, forget about all the trillions and trillions of the creatures in the ocean, creatures in the wilderness, even among the 8 billion human beings, how many got the opportunity to take the aspiration Bodhisattva vow? So less. How many, in the first place, how many got the opportunity to meet with the Buddha's teaching? So less. And among these less number of the people who met with the teaching of the Buddha, how many of them got the opportunity to meet with the Narendra tradition? So less. Within those who got the opportunity to meet with the Narendra tradition, how many got the opportunity to practice Bodhicitta? Is so less. And today, because of His Holiness the Dalai's blessings, and because of the Tushita Center, started by Lama Yeshe and Lama Subarambache, and all the staff here working so tirelessly, we got the opportunity to be sitting together, take the aspiration of Bodhisattva, which is so meritorious. And the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, they're extremely proud of what you've done today. So proud. And this pride and joy, all these many years, like say, your parents have been receiving complaints from the school all the time about you. But today, the school principal is very different, and the mother is very apprehensive. What kind of next complaint? The school principal, no, not complaint. Today I came here to congratulate you for what? That your daughter and your son, two of them, I appointed as the best students of the school for this year. The mother could not believe her eyes and ears. So happy, proud of you. This is exactly what happens to all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas today. They are so proud of what you did today. Otherwise, since time immemorial to now, we're only engaging in negativities where we suffer all the time. While the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, they expect you to do something good, virtuous, and not fall prey to the negative emotions. And yet, we voluntarily jump into negative emotions, and thus we suffer continuously, like the parents of Bodhisattvas, Bodhisattvas, they feel so sad. Today, they feel so happy. This is the first. The the good thing they are seeing in their life, to see that you are doing something so good. And this joy and happiness all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas feel invoke the Vajra moon at their hearts to multiply infinite number of times. Like rain shower, the replicas Vajra moon from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they descend to merge with the one that you visualize into your heart, thereby blessing, become non-dual and stabilized. Likewise, all this innumerable the Vajra moon from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, like rain shower, they descend to the mud, merge with that. You visualize the heart of your mother, at the heart of your father, at the heart of each of the children, each of the family members, each of the beings here in Tushita, in India, in your country, in the world, in the entire universe. Amazing. This guarantees that all the dear sentient beings, very soon, their mental defilements will be all removed completely, afflictive obscurations, cognitive obscurations, all will be removed, and the Buddha energy inside will be awake and unraveled fully. Wow, this is amazing. This is the greatest gift that can offer, that could make to all Buddhas, all the dear sentient beings, and today you gifted them with this. And of all the offerings, the Buddha very clearly proclaimed that one moment of generating compassion towards the sentient beings far excels the gift of whole universe filled with gems and offered to all bodhisattvas. If this were to be the case, what mention of our having taken aspirin bodhisattva out today. So therefore, this is the greatest of the gifts to all the presents and offerings to be made to all bodhisattvas. Today you made that. And also that in your life, we see that, just very seriously think of that. You say you are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever age that you are, that all these many years, what you were doing today, this is the most meaningful that you're doing. And this is, you are giving such meaning to your life. And today you did it. And all these wonders happening because of the blessings of all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. As a gesture of thanking them, let us again stand up out of all demonstration me 3 times to make prostrations to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Okay, page 51. For us to be connected with the same practice in the future lives as well, we are reciting this verse 3 times together. Wholeheartedly reflect on the meanings. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by the compassionate Buddha and be able to hold the true precious Bodhicitta even across my life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by the compassionate Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious Bodhicitta even across my life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by the compassionate Buddha and be able to uphold the true precious Bodhicitta even across my life. In order to further increase this Bodhicitta from now on, those with discernment who have lucidly seized and awakened the mind of Bodhicitta in this way should highly praise in the following manner. Today my life has borne fruit. Having well obtained this human existence, I've been born in the family of the Buddha, and I'm one of Buddha's children. Thus, whatever actions I do from now on must be in accord with the family. Never shall I disgrace or pollute this noble and unsullied race. Just like a blind man discovering a jewel in a heap of rubbish, likewise by some coincidence, an awakened mind has been born within me. It's supreme ambrosia that overcomes the sovereignty of death. It is the inexhaustible treasure that eliminates all poverty in the world. It is the supreme medicine that quells the world's disease. It is a tree that shelters all beings wandering and tired on the path of conditioned existence. It is a universal bridge that leads to freedom from unhappy states of birth. It is the dawning moon of the mind that dispels the torment of disturbing conceptions. It is the great sun that finally removes the misty ignorance of the world. It is the quintessential butter from the churn of the milk of Dharma. For all those guests traveling on the path of conditioned existence, who wish to experience the boundless happiness, this will satisfy them with joy and shall place them in supreme bliss. Today, in the presence of all the protectors, and by the world to be guests at a festival of temporary and ultimate delight, may gods, demigods, and all be joyful. Okay, let us dedicate the merits, the scattered. One, that is Soren. It's good news to share with you that His Holiness is today coming back to Delhi. They're coming back to Dharamsala from Delhi. Good health. I checked with the His Holiness's personal doctor, and I got a message from him saying that His Holiness is well and His Holiness is returning today. Very good news. And let's pray for His Holiness's long life, because he's the son. Today we say he's the only son in this whole world who can give everybody in the world, even in China, except for these, the Chinese politicians, but Chinese common people, they're just craving to see His Holiness. When they meet His Holiness, they just shed tears. It's everywhere in the world, they're just wanting to be blessed by His Holiness, that His compassion should spread. And instead of just talking about the blessing, we, learning about Bodhicitta scientists, let us pray that the world leaders, they learn about these qualities from His Holiness, to be very open-minded, embracing rather than being exclusive. Instead, to be inclusive, to include everybody, to see everybody in the light of brotherhood and sisterhood, instead of pushing, creating tension, wars, and so forth. Instead, to embrace everybody with love and affection, support each other, so the world, all these billions and trillions of dollars otherwise dumped into the warfare, can be diverted for the education, for the healthcare, for the well-being of the citizens world. Let's pray for that. And number two, that now all these tensions going on, so many people, just watching the news is extremely sad to see the children having lost their sisters, little children having lost their sisters, brothers, so forth, in Russia, in Ukraine, in Israel, in Palestine. It's extremely sad. Let's pray that least human casualties happen, that least casualty to the people happen. Let's pray for that. And then those who died, let's pray that they take favorable birth to meet with the Dharma of compassion, Dharma of the wisdom, that they become the light of the wisdom to take everybody to the state of ultimate happiness in the spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood. And may this teaching of the Bodhicitta and the wisdom of emptiness thrive in the minds of all the demon sentient beings in the world everywhere. Page 52. Our dedicated marriage thus gathered towards the realization that is in the prayers of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of 3 times, and with the upholding of the doctrine of scripture and insight, when in all lives through the force of this merit, never separate from the 4 wheels of the Mahayana vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect within the 2 stages. From our 2 collections, vast space that have amassed, from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind space is blinded by ignorance. Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswatyata Om Gate Gate paragate parasamgate bodhisvatyata om gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisvatyata om gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisvaha. Persistent together.